tomorrow's not promised. If you're going to act now, and I mean right now. There are people out there that need your help. This system will get the people to you so that you can help them. If you have a heart for people and you're looking to generate leads, you're looking to generate opportunity coming in to your business to help you and your family and your future and your generation to generation, take a shot at this.
Hey everyone, welcome into the program today. I'm excited to bring you Danny Johnson, one of our newest members in our program here at AJC, and we're going to get right into it. In order to sell more life insurance, you need an automated, predictable system that works. Hey Danny, what's going on, my man? Glad to have you here.
Hey Earl, good to see you, my friend.
Man, well, it's always good to be seen. That is definitely the case here. Well, man, Danny, I'm super excited about talking to you today because of all the amazing things that I already know you've been able to do since you joined us over here at Arturo Johnson Consulting. And this is really to highlight your experience about what you've been going through and the things that you've been able to accomplish. Danny, when did you actually come into the program?
Around 26th of May.
26th of May. Okay, wow. So not even a month yet.
No, not even a solid month. No.
That you've been into the program. All right. Well, man, that's okay. When did you actually start selling life insurance? How long have you been in the biz?
9 years.
Wow. 9 years. That's a long time in this game and a lot of experience, behind all of that. Danny, what were you, before you came to us at the end of May, what were the things you were dealing with that kind of were troubling to you that even brought you into brought you into what it is that we're able to do for life insurance agents all over the country?
Well, the basic thing was I had, people buy leads, they get leads, vendors, we have leads. I mean, it's just kind of crazy. And you start calling people on the phone, you take your time, you dial them, you set the appointment, you go to their house, knock on the door. I call them me shows. They're not there for some reason. So then you have to go back out again. So after doing that, and then here probably around, I think it's probably April, so my wife had got sick. And I was trying to also do the business and run business. So that was kind of hindering me. So I said, you know what? There's got to be a better way where I can make money sitting at the house and do the same thing. And this is when I came across Arturo's ad on Facebook. And to be honest with you, I've probably watched it about 5 times.
Mm-hmm.
Is this real? Is this real? I think everybody's a little skeptical when they first start out. You know what I'm saying?
I believe that.
So like, man. So as I started watching some of the testimonials like we're doing today, and I saw you and I saw Jack, and I was like, okay, these guys seem to have it together. I said, you know what? I'm just going to dive in because I was already spending money anyway. I said, why not have people come to me?
How much were you spending on leads on a monthly basis, do you think, roundabout?
Around $6,000.
Wow.
Month.
Wow. That's a lot. But you've been in for 9 years, so you had figured out a way to make money, even though you were spending an exorbitant amount of money on leads as far as overhead, which is is one of the things that we encounter, pretty much every day in what it is that we do. And you're right, that better way. You talked about running business. How was that for you for 9 years, believing that you had to run business, you had to go in home?
Well, I think it's just an old mindset because, COVID came along, it changed the world. Everybody's sitting at home. Nobody wants you to come in their house a lot of times. And I came across that, and I did get COVID a couple of times, but I was like, we're kind of essential. So I kept running business. But I think one of the biggest things was my time, my car, gas, all these things. You got to add all this into the equation also. And I said, you know what? I would rather pay something that's going to bring people to me. I can sit in my home. I'm sitting in my home now, T-shirt, shorts, get on the phone, call people, Earl. Hey, how you doing? It's pretty simple script. You fill out requests for insurance. My job is just get information out to you. I'm just a qualified underwriter. We're going to see what we can do for you. Pretty simple.
Yeah. I mean, so that switch What was that like for you mentally before you made the switch? Like, I know something had to be going on, whether it was tumultuous, whether it was scary. What were those feelings like for you making that switch?
Mm, could I do it
Mm,
on the phone? That was my main question. Can
wow.
I relate with people well enough on the phone? But here's the key. After I saw you guys and was on some of the calls and saw, how some of the guys were doing the calls, I'm like, wait a minute, I can do that. So, so that was the switch, is watching somebody else
Hmm.
and seeing how they do it. I said, you know what, I can put my twist on this thing. It's not that hard.
Hmm.
And that was the biggest hurdle I had to overcome. Spending money, we do that in insurance. I don't care who you are.
Right.
If you're gonna build a business, you're in business. But the biggest thing was, could I do it? And then you guys kind of gave me the confidence. Say, listen, I know if this guy can do it or this girl can do it, hey, I can do it.
Wow. Well, I mean, since the end of May here, I mean, we're not even. I mean, we're almost at the end of June. About to go into July at the recording time of this particular episode. What have you been able to accomplish that has surprised you over the past 3-4 weeks that you've been
Three
in
or four
this?
weeks.
What are your highlights here?
Highlights. Well, first of all, I've been in Cancun, Mexico for 7 days. Okay. So when we were on this kind of mini vacation, while I was in Cancun, Mexico, I was able to sell from Cancun, Mexico back to North Carolina.
Wow.
I would have not been able to do that if I was just running leads,
Hmm.
okay, door to door. On top of that, I had stuff coming in that when I hit the ground, when I got back, I was able to make dials. So I've sold a little over $5,000 worth of business, and some people say, "Well, that's not a lot." Well, it's only like 3 weeks,
Hmm.
and I am getting better every day.
Yeah.
That's a
And that's
process.
that. I mean, that'll continue to happen. That'll continue to happen. The more you do a thing, the better you get at that thing when you're committed to it. And how influential has the group been? We meet with you guys every Wednesday. What has that meant to you to be a part of that?
Know that people are in the game with you.
Hmm.
You have people. This a good example is like a football game. If you have people in the stands, then you have people on the field, then you have people in the game. Well, these guys are in the game. Okay,
Wow.
that's where the most fun's had. That's where the most money's had, is in the game. So I like to see that people are in the game so that I can learn just a nugget. Earl, I'm looking for a nugget that somebody says that I can implement that might put me at another level, because
Hmm.
I'm always growing.
Yeah. Is your wife involved with the business with you as well?
She's my cheerleader.
She's your cheerleader. That is so important. That is so important. You know, we being husbands, to our wives, usually if we have them as a backer, it's like an extra layer of confidence we even have to do what it is
Yeah.
that we do. Because if that person believes in me,
Yes,
what
sir.
so I know that's important to you. Um,
Yeah.
has she made any comments? Has she said anything to you about what you've been able to do, or since you joined the program, or has she said anything to the program about you?
When I first joined the program, she said, "What are you going to do?" She said, "Danny Johnson." I'm like, "What?" I said, "You got to try stuff." She said, "Do you know it's going to cost you this?" I said, "I'm spending this already." I said, "It ain't no big deal."
Well,
So that was
well,
her big
yeah,
thing.
that's true. I mean, if you're spending, I mean, over 6K a month on leads, I mean, that's a chunk, you know.
So here's how I sold her, Earl. I said,
Okay.
"I'll be home more." She said, "Hmm." She says, "What does that mean?" I said, "Well, I can set my calendar, and at 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock, or whatever time I want to kick off, I'm yours after that. I'm
Yeah.
done."
Yeah. Yeah, I think for most wives, for most of us that have good marriages anyway, the wives want us around. Some wives, if you're not that great, say, well, yeah, come home when you get home or whatever. But uh, I thank God for my wife every single day, with that. That's got to be a really good feeling as well to kind of, I mean, you mentioned her being your biggest cheerleader, with all of that. And it is so vitally important, to be able to have that spouse there with you on our sides the way that we do. Within the program, and you've made the switch from running appointments, driving all over, paying, you live in North Carolina, you said?
Yep, sure
Yeah,
do.
me as well. So it's $4.59 a gallon,
Exactly.
which ain't cheap. I just filled up this morning. That was over $80. Which I'm used to paying about 50. And
Hmm.
so having that expense not be a part of the equation for life insurance agents is a big one.
That's
That
huge.
right there is a big one right there. What do you think has been the biggest thing that you've been able to learn since you've been a part of AJC?
The biggest is, Arturo does a lot of videos. It kind of motivates you and saying, listen, this is what you need to invest in yourself. Okay. Because if I invest in myself, then guess what? It's up to me. Now, I don't know about anybody else. I love me some me. So I want me to do well.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
So I'm my first person, but Arturo has put this thing together in such a way that it's something I had been looking for, could never find. You know what I'm saying? It's like the needle in
Mm-hmm.
the haystack type thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you come across it and see the other programs, because I've been through some other programs and they just didn't pan out, and then to see this work, it was so eye opening in the system that he had put together. And when I explained this to my wife, I kept back to my wife. I said, "Listen, this guy sold life insurance. He's been in the field."
Mm-hmm.
I said, "He's got a story." I said, "Every one of these jokers on here has a story." I said, "They've been through what I've been through." I said, "You know what we've been through." And I said, "We've done well. Don't get me wrong. We've made good money." I said, "But now we can make great money."
Mm.
I said, "And I can do it from home, and I have people looking for me."
Yeah.
Okay, every one of them's not going to pan out. I know that. That's people, cray cray in America.
Yeah.
Some people say, I thought it was free. Man, I don't think free is Jesus. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's, that's not thing I knew is free. And there's a price paid for that. So I tell people, so listen, here's the deal. If you do the numbers, Earl, because we're going through the numbers, if you do the numbers, the large number equation just works.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Wow. I mean, you have come into the program. You said you watched the videos like 5 or more times before you came into the program. You were in that valley of decision at one point before you kind of crossed over into the promised land. But and you've seen the videos that we've done, the different testimonials, the trainings, and things like that. And now you're going to be someone that another agent is watching, right? They're looking at you, and they've listened to what you've had to say. And remembering back to when you were in that decision making mode, what would your advice be to agents that are looking at this program right now, and you're one of the 5 or 20 videos that they've watched? What would you want to say to them?
Here's what I would tell you to do. Tomorrow's not promised. Uh, if you're going to act now, and I mean right now. There are people out there that need your help. This system will get the people to you so that you can help them. If you have a heart for people and you're looking to generate leads, or you're looking to generate opportunity coming in to your business to help you and your family and your future, your generation to generation, take a shot at this. Okay. But I don't mean just take a shot. I mean, take a serious look, get into it and work it. Anything worth having is going to cost you. Any entrepreneur, any business person in the world, I don't care who it is, we all look at the baby when the baby's born, Earl, and
Mm-hmm.
we'll say, man, that's a beautiful baby. But they went through 9 months worth of back problems, feet swelling,
Mm.
sweating, acting crazy, things happening,
Mm-hmm.
mood swings, eating pickles and ice cream, all kind of crazy stuff. So here's what I would tell you to do. Get in this thing so that as you start growing and as you start putting things together, take a shot on yourself. Look at the man in the mirror. If it's not working, go look in the mirror. If it's working, look in the mirror. That's where the rubber meets the road. As a person in the mirror. So I tell people just to come in this thing and just go crazy, blind faith. Your house was not there before you saw it,
Yeah.
but by faith, guess what? It was there. So take blind faith and just jump out and do it.
Man, oh man. Well, Danny, thank you for that. And thank you so much for spending time with me today and just telling us your story and your own personal experience working with us here at AJC. And I value your time. And, I just thank you once again for being here with me. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you and Archer and the team, man. You guys are awesome. Appreciate it.
All right. Well, and to you, the listening audience, watching audience, thank you for spending time with us as well. Make sure that you check out the links that are in this video, below this video. Get more information about what it is that we're doing here at AJC. And we'll see you on the next broadcast. You take care. In order to sell more life insurance, you need an automated, predictable system that works.